Chapter 29, The Energy of Love. The great energy of love is sent to the earth by God for his children. It comes to each of them at one time or another. It frequently tries to cheer man with its warmth and stay near him forever. But most people do not give the great divine energy the opportunity of remaining with them for long. Imagine a couple where he and she meet at one point in the resplendent radiance of love. They endeavor to join their lives together in perpetuity. They consider that their union will be made more solid if affirmed on paper and by ritual in front of a large gathering of witnesses. But all to no avail. It takes but a few days for the energy of love to fade from their lives, and it happens that way with just about everyone. Yeah, you're right, Anastasia. A tremendous number of people get divorced, at least 70%. It often happens that those who don't get divorced end up living like a dog and a cat together, or show complete indifference to each other. Everybody knows this, but nobody can figure out why it happens on such a massive scale. You claim the energy of love fades from their lives, but why? As though it were somehow aiming to tease everyone or play some kind of game it's invented? Love does not tease anybody, and it does not play games. It tries to stay with everyone forever, but man chooses his own way of life, and this way of life frightens the energy of love. Love cannot give inspiration to annihilation. It is unseemly for the offspring of love to live in torment when he and she are beginning to build a new life together, when they are endeavoring to establish a home in an apartment resembling a vault of lifeless stone. When each has their own work and interests and their own environment, when there is no common vision of the future, no conjugal aspirations, when their bodies are attracted by mere fleshly alleviation, only to hand over their child to the cruel ways of a world devoid of clean water, a world filled with bandits, wars, and disease. It is from this energy that the energy of love flees. But what if he and she have lots of money? Or the parents give the newlyweds, instead of a tiny flat, say a 6-room apartment with a fancy modern block, or a guard on duty at the entrance, and they give them a fine car and deposits of lots of money into their bank account. Would the energy of love agree to remain under those conditions? Could he and she live their whole life in love? Then they would be obliged to live their lives to the end of their years in cold fear, deprived of love and freedom, and watch everything around them grow old and rot. So what exactly does this finical energy of love require? Love is not finicky or obstinate. It aspires to the divine creation. It can forever warm the heart of one who agrees to co-create with it a space of love. And is there a space of love somewhere in the design you have come up with? Yes. Where is it? It is in everything. First, it is born for the couple, then again for their children. And through 3 planes of being, the children will have a connection with the whole universe. Imagine, Vladimir, that he and she will begin their love to implement this design that you and I are outlining. They will plant family trees and herbs in the ground, together with an orchard. And how happy they will be in the spring when their co-creations burst forth into bloom. Love will eternally dwell between them, in their hearts, all around, and each will see the other in a spring flower, remembering how they planted a flowering tree together. And the taste of raspberries will remind them of the taste of love, since in the autumn he and she, in love for each other, touched the twig of a raspberry bush. In the shady orchard, splendid fruit is ripening on every tree thereof, and the orchard was planted jointly by he and she. They planted the orchard in love. She laughed resoundingly when he dug a hole and perspiration covered his brow, and she wiped it off with her hand and planted a kiss on his burning lips. It often happens in life that only one of the partners is in love, while their mate simply tolerates the other's presence. Once they start working on the orchard, the energy of love will multiply itself and never forsake either of them. After all, their way of life will help them both live their lives in love and convey the space of love to their children in continuation, and help them raise their children together with God in his image and likeness. Anastasia, tell me in greater detail about the raising of children. A desire to know more about this is something many readers in their letters have expressed. Even if you don't have a system of your own, at least tell us, out of the existing systems, which is best.